Hey everybody, I'm Luca Paris. I'm here with Lee Perkins, and we are on a culinary journey. No, it's not Cinemaniacs, Lee. Just so
It is not.
No, it's so much better.
This is a culinary journey with Luca Paris.
And we're doing steak.
With Luca Paris.
We're doing steak with Luca Paris and Lee Perkins. Hey, listen, we are going to do Bistecca Fiorentina. And for those of you who want to know really what that means, is that Lee is trying to steal all the steak. Hold on a second. There it goes. We're going to do steak the Italian way with a little bit of lemon juice, cracked black pepper. We're going to grill some potatoes, make spinach, fennel, some great flavors. And all because he stands on the other side most of the time and he looks at the steak with loving eyes. So finally he gets to make some with me. Lee Perkins, I'm...
Oh, I want to say it.
Who am I?
Luca Paris.
And your culinary journey starts?
Right now.
Hi everybody and welcome back to A Culinary Journey. Lee, you feel like you're in a different spot?
I do.
Yeah. We're going to make Lee cook today. We're going to be making Bistecca Fiorentina, or a grilled steak using ribeyes, lemon, black pepper. We're going to add some potatoes and tomatoes and spinach and fennel. A lot of fun, right?
Yes.
Now, we got to start the show off with something I just learned about, which is really cool. It's called a scroppino. You can do that all day.
I got nothing else to do so far.
We're going to do a scroppino. Now, scroppino is actually a drink. I liken to Italian slushy. So Lee is going to go get the ingredients, which is Prosecco, which is an Italian type of champagne.
Right now?
Right now. And the other thing he's going to get for us is lemon sorbet. I'm going to get the champagne glasses. And there you go. So Prosecco, if you've always wondered the difference between champagne and sparkling wine, well, champagne actually has to come from the region of Champagne in France to be called
Champagne.
Thank you.
I got these out of the Sub-Zero refrigerator.
The Sub-Zero refrigerator. And now we're serving it on our Vermont, no, this is Burbank tiles topping, marble topping. Okay, let me keep going.
We didn't rehearse that part, I'm sorry. Sam
Oh.
said, get the champagne, then get the sub.
And that's all she told you about. And so what we're going to do, and then so champagne comes from Champagne, but if it comes from anywhere else, like in the United States, it's not
Now,
really
is that really
champagne.
true? Is all champagne from the Champagne region?
Right. Well, it can only be called champagne. It's from the Champagne region.
Otherwise, it's sparkling wine.
It's a sparkling wine. And sparkling wines in Italy can be called in some parts of the country Prosecco, which is just a sparkling wine, but it's a dry vino spumante. In Italian, most sparkling wines are called vino spumante, which means sparkling wine. And Proseccos have this nice dryness and nice quality finish to it. Usually come from northern Italy. So what we're going to do, this is like, yeah, I mean, be afraid. Be very afraid of the cork. What we're going to do is...
Nicely done.
Hey, thank you, sir. I try. We're going to get our lemon sorbet in our champagne glass. You almost think we should have done this at the end while we were toasting each other, huh? And we're going to get some, and then we're going to mix them around. And you're going to just eat that, aren't you? You're not going to let it go to waste. And the best part about this is, what you do now is you get your spoon, and you start mixing your sorbet into your Prosecco. You want to get it kind of melting in there. So get.
What? I'm doing exactly what you're doing.
I know you are. They're at home going, why are we listening? No, don't put that. All right.
Oh, I thought yours was inside.
No,
Here,
it's
I'll
okay.
fix it.
I don't think we're ever going to get this.
So 22 minutes of this and we're all set?
That's it. We're done.
All right.
And then you have a scroppino. So, cheers. All right. You do the water.
All right, I'll drink the champagne.
You just got to try it. It's pretty
right.
interesting. Scroppino. When you get a chance, do that at home. Tastes like a really good slushy. Apparently, he's going for more. Oh, the show's in trouble. You like?
Damn. That's not bad.
I told you. All right.
All right, let's start cutting stuff.
Let's do that. All right, so we had our little taste test to go for it. Let's do potatoes. So Lee's going to get our potatoes ready. Basically, you're going to cut rounds of potatoes. You know what shape a round is?
Let me take a look.
All right.
Yep, got it.
Okay, right there. There you go.
I don't know how to cut a round.
don't?
You show me.
All right, just basically we're going to keep the potato flat. If you're ever worried about cutting a potato or anything that does have a round edge, cut a little bit off the bottom so it kind of has a nice feel to it. You could do that with honeydew or cantaloupe or anything like that. And then just come straight down and do like less than 1/4 inch rounds because we want to just sear them in the pan. Look good? Oh, good. We got different angles here. Lefty, right. You using the left-handed knife, Lee? You are,
yeah.
Right? Okay, good. I just want to make sure you had the left-handed knife.
I don't understand. I've seen you do that thing where you put your fingers like that, but
so let's do it again from the top. What you do is you're actually using
the fingernail.
No, you're actually not using the fingernail. You're using. Whoa! Look at that. That is pretty good. What you're using is your
yeah.
this knuckle as your guide.
Okay.
And you're using the knuckle as you follow the knuckle down. You don't cut off the fingernail. That's the whole key. So we're making some rounds. What we're gonna do. Did you already start eating? We're going to get that into the pan right away.
That needs butter.
Yeah, that needs a little bit of something. We can get some oil in that pan. Huh? Yeah, just put it all on mine.
All right.
Now, the other thing I want you to do, Lee, is cut me some fennel. And basically, you're going to take this fennel and then cut it down like that. You want to get just kind of long, thin slices of fennel, all right?
Okay.
So you get that going. So what I have here is the potato on my board. What I'm going to do is season it. We're going to put some Ariosto seasoning, some salt and pepper, and we're going to actually put some garlic because when we're actually cooking this in the pan, all those flavors will come together.
Now, why are you seasoning it on the cutting board instead of in the pan?
Because I didn't have a plate, and I wanted to kind of mix them all.
There was a plate right here, and you made him get rid of it. Just
this
pointing
works.
that out.
My cutting board works for seasoning. I like seasoning my cutting board. And then we got some garlic in there. We got some nice flavors. And we're going to just let that cook down. And I guess that's ready for me.
Did you want these cut more?
No, those are perfect.
All right.
Those are perfect.
More potatoes?
We just need, see, when you're usually not on the show, Lee, I could ask for stuff and it shows up, like towels. You have a towel on you? Perfect. There we go. Then we'll clean that off the board. All right. How cool is this kitchen?
It's awesome. I love this kitchen.
Lee, we've been doing this how many years now? 4 years?
Yeah, 3.5.
3.5 years.
You've been producing the show for about 3.5 years.
Right.
And in the 3.5 years prior to this season,
right,
you had a total of 36 shows.
Uh-huh.
And now just this season alone, we're up to 29, 30.
I think we're less than 6 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been incredible.
It's amazing.
Being here at Monadnock Flooring has probably been the best thing that could have ever happened to the show. And these people have been great. That was a great shot.
Awesome. My first day.
Well, we're cooking
they really
down
are
here.
pretty. They are pretty amazing.
No,
I mean,
it's been incredible.
Once a month we come down here and we take over the place for a whole day.
Literally take it over. And they let us do it, and they have a blast doing it with us. So it's just been a great thing. And if people want to come down, you can come down almost any time, every third Tuesday of every month, right?
Except for December.
Except for December, but the third Tuesday of every month, you come on down. You get to see, you get to hang out and watch the show. You get to eat. It's just a blast, and that's the only reason why we have so many people still working on our staff, is that they like to eat.
Yeah, we never have any difficulties getting volunteers to work the cameras for this show.
Now we're gonna have a flavor profile that goes through this whole thing. It's gonna be lemon, and the Italians love lemon. You might think that's not an Italian thing, but the lemon is such a key ingredient. That little acidity makes everything pop. We started with the show doing the limoncello. There's lemon in there, and then we're actually going to pull that through everything we do, even onto the steak, where you usually think lemon is for fish or for chicken, but when we put it on steak, it's going to be amazing what kind of flavors it makes. So Lee, what else I need for you is to cut some onion. You want to julienne me some onion? You know what that means?
Yes.
Okay.
But you'll have to demonstrate first.
Well, basically what I want to do is cut this in half, and I'm just going to come down on the inside of the onion.
Okay.
And I want to get kind of like long, thin strips of onion. I don't need a lot, but I just want some. And I'm going to mix those in with our potatoes. We're going to do onions and potatoes over here. All right?
You're doing this right?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Lee's going to cut us up some more onions. We got some fennel cooking down over here. that we're going to caramelize. We're going to add some tomatoes to that. We are making bistecca alla Fiorentina. Potatoes and onions, just be serving on that with a little lemon juice. The onions that we have cooking right there. Steak not too far away. Elise says, why don't you get to the steak already?
Right.
All right, we'll get to it, don't worry. And don't go away, because we'll be right back. How is that, Lee?
It's dry.
It is.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to A Culinary Journey. I'm Luca Paris, and he's drinking. He's Lee Perkins, and he's...
Sorry, I'm Lee. And I'm here with Luca Paris on A Culinary Journey with Luca Paris.
There you go. You still run that promo, you know that.
Yep, it's the best one we've got.
I know.
We need to make new ones, though.
Okay, we'll work on them. See, he's always thinking about things I could do more work on. All right, well, we have here, Lee cut up some onions and potatoes for us. I actually threw the whole lemon in here. This is going to be our pan-roasted potatoes and onions. As they cook down and caramelize, they're going to have so much great flavor. And what I have on this other pan is what we're doing is caramelizing fennel and getting some nice flavors there. That, again, with some lemon juice, there's some salt and pepper in there. I'm just going to add some more ariosto to that and a little bit of garlic. And we're going to add spinach to that with some wine. And we're going to let that cook down. Now with spinach, this big amount of spinach, I mean, you've probably seen it done before, just cooks down so quickly that you don't really have to do anything to it. So what I'm going to do is shut off the heat on here. We're going to actually let the spinach steam. And if you did a slow motion or a quick study of this, you'd see how a quick motion study, yeah, one of those things.
It's going to be done by the time you're finished explaining it.
I'm going to go home. All right.
It does cook down really fast. I cook
that's all you
with
needed to say.
fresh spinach at home. I make that wonderful Mediterranean shrimp thing that you showed me how to make many, many years ago. Yeah. And the spinach does cook really fast.
And then it turns into next to nothing. So a pound of spinach goes
yeah.
bye-bye pretty quick. So as you can already see, it's starting to wilt down. I don't want it to be over wilted and really wet, so I'm just going to let it finish cooking. That part of our dish is already done. We want to get these potatoes just a little bit more tender. What we did, since we didn't pre-blanch them or anything, what you're going to get is you're going to have to really cook them to get them down. Now, if you find that you're getting caught up, because we're going to go pretty rare in our steaks, add some moisture to the pan, so a little bit of white wine. And that moisture is going to help steam the potatoes a little bit from the inside, and that's going to get us down. So when this gets à sec, which means a dry in French, when this gets à sec, these potatoes, they're actually going to be nice and moist and tender. All right? Okay. Now let's get to our steak, the bistecca alla Fiorentina. Best thing to use for a bistecca Fiorentina, there we go, is ribeyes. True traditional Florentine steak is done with porterhouses, and you know your fondness for porterhouses.
Yes, I'm familiar with the porterhouse. Well, I've seen pictures.
True Florentine steak is done with a porterhouse, but we're going to do it with the ribeye because that's a little more accessible and not quite as expensive. Do you find the porterhouses are expensive there, Lee?
Oh yes.
Yeah, but we're going to get these on there. I love ribeyes because of the marbling. They got some nice marbling throughout.
All right, that's enough. Put them back on the plate.
Okay. We got other people that want to eat this too.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's not for them, right?
They're out of luck.
I have my little seasoned grill pan over here. And what we're going to do is just start cooking those down. There's a lot of different ways to tell. How do you tell if it's ready? It's ready.
You really want to know? Yeah. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I put the steak on the plate, I describe the grill to it, and then I put it on the table. Okay. I'm not kidding. I mean, no, actually what I do really is I buy incredibly thick T-bones. I mean, like this. Right. A 2-pound T-bone about that thick, so that it covers the plate. And I preheat the grill, no matter what the weather is outside, I use a grill outside.
Right.
I preheat the grill to, on hot for 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. Then I turn it down to low. I rub mesquite or like spicy Montreal seasoning into it. Right. And cook it for 2 minutes on one side, flip it over 2 minutes on the other side, 4 minutes again, 4 minutes again. So I just know how long it takes to cook them.
Well, you know the size and everything. That's really important as far as what you're doing.
Yeah. The only time it goes wrong is if, for some reason, they don't have any thick cut, and I get something that's more like this, and it's always overcooked.
Right.
But I really do like it that red in the center.
Well, that's me too. What I'll tend to do is, on Christmas, I'm responsible for doing some cooking, and what I do on Christmas is I buy, I get a tenderloin and I break the whole thing down. The more you want it well done, the smaller your piece is getting.
Right.
And I'll make you 2 pieces, so that way I could cook mine this thick, and I get this beautiful rare piece, and you can get yours medium well if you wanted to. Not you, but so it's all about size. Size does matter in this case.
One of my favorite tricks. I mean, I love to eat steak, and I like to buy the really big steaks, but I hardly ever eat the entire steak. You know, I joke about it, but
Right.
who's going to eat 2 pounds of steak? I mean,
Okay.
my potato is 1.5 pounds, you know? Salad as big as this thing.
Right.
But what I do is I find the cold spot on the grill, and I always keep 1/2 of the T-bone on that side so that it's barely cooked. That way when I throw it in the microwave the next day for lunch, it's not overcooked.
That's a beautiful way to do it. While we were talking about that, Lee, one thing I was doing is I started pre-grilling my lemons so I could get the moisture out of them when you warm up lemons. And then what I did is just kind of rub them over the steak as I turned them. And a lot of lemon juice came out onto this. It's going to have some great flavor. What I'm going to do now is do a 1/4 turn or on all my steaks and to get some lines on there. Using grill pans, I mean, if you don't have the ability to go outside and grill pans are your next favorite friend, and it works really well. So we got that going. So let's go back and kind of recap what we're doing. We're going to let this cook. We're going to let it rest a little bit, take a quick break, and then come on back. We have spinach with fennel right over here with garlic and white wine, salt and pepper and ariosto. We have our potatoes that have cooked down and the wine's cooked away. We have fennel and onions in there. We have some lemon in there. And finally, we have our steaks, 2 for Lee, 1 for me. 2 for, yeah, is that okay?
Well, we'll work it out.
Okay. And they're just about ready because we don't want to cook them too much more. And then we're going to take those off the grill and let them rest because we want to stay on that rare medium
And that's
rare.
something I learned from you, that's the real secret, is letting it rest.
Right.
Letting it sit for 3 or 4 minutes before you touch it.
Exactly.
Pulls all the juices back in.
Right.
Cools down to the right temperature.
If we cut this right now, everything would just bleed all over the place.
I'm restraining myself.
I know you are. So we're going to let that rest. We'll take a quick break so Lee doesn't try to jump into that. And when we come back, let's put everything together and talk a little bit more about it. So don't go away. Welcome back, everyone. We're on our culinary journey, and we're all about Lee and all about lemon. And Lee, get off of that steak. We got to wait. You just got to wait.
I've been waiting 20 minutes.
Been waiting since this started.
Tracy does this right here when she's irritated.
Oh no.
Now I know why she does it.
And if you kind of take a look at what we do,
All
what we
right.
do with our steak, I'm just going to kind of cut it down too, because
On the bias.
a little bit on the bias. It's going to make
Now,
it
why
even
is
more
that?
tender.
Is that because it makes it
it's-
more tender?
It's all about tenderizing. Yeah, you're going to go with the grain on the bias, and it makes it even more tender. So when you have a cut that's not quite as tender, if you go on the bias, it's actually going to be more edible. That's what you do with cheaper cuts. For something like this, you don't really need to do that, but it has a nice look to it. And you'll be serving that. You want to grab my plate, or are you just going to?
Sure, I'll grab your plate.
No, wait. Put it right there. Right there.
All right.
You want to eat too quickly.
It's right here.
Look at this one. Oh, here,
this
you
is
enjoy that one. There you
miraculous
go.
restraint that I'm
I know.
showing.
So I'm going to put mine together. That was kind of easy, huh?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you know what I got to do? Since I'm doing this, I'm making you wait. I got to thank you for all the work you guys put into this show. Without you, this doesn't even happen. So that's why you got your own show today about steak.
All right.
There you go. Now, if I had to thank everybody this way, I'd make them all their favorites. Why not? And that's what it's all
Well,
about.
why don't you thank everybody else, and I'll just pass it on to them.
And that's it. That's our meal. Let's do this. Let's sit down. Let's grab our chairs. Get our scropinos. You know, remember what those were, right, Lee? Yep, our little champagne cocktails.
I'll get back to you on that.
Our Prosecco cocktails. We're going to take another quick break because we got this all plated, looking beautiful. Really well rested. You notice that it was nice and dry.
I can't stress that enough.
Yep.
That is the key.
Yep, without a doubt.
For people watching, let it rest.
Yep.
You know, as tempting as
Show
it
a
is to
little
cut right
restraint,
into
yeah.
it, let it sit on the plate for a minute. It pulls the juice, and you can almost watch the juices pull back inside.
I almost should have went, at the beginning, we should have almost cut one.
Don't touch the steak.
Why not? It's beautiful. It's like perfectly... Hey, listen, we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Right. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Get, stop. Hey, everybody.
Luca's trying to steal my food.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I was nowhere close. Hey, now I know why people come on this show. and just sit here and watch me cook the whole time. I kind of like this spot. We're going to find another host so I could eat all the time. No, how is it?
It's excellent.
Yeah, this is
I
some
haven't
great
tried
flavors.
the non-meat stuff yet, but I'm sure it's good too.
What we made today was potatoes that were seared, pan-seared, cooked down with a little bit of wine, lemon juice, and onions. We did fennel that we've caramelized
The
first.
fennel is really good.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, it goes really good with the spinach.
And then you have the spinach that we finished that off with. And then, literally a couple of minutes it took us to do the steaks on either side, just get it really rare. If you like them cooked more, of course, cook them a little bit more. We started off with our scropino, or our Italian slushy. Lee was reluctant to try it. He's on his fourth one.
Awful. These are awful.
And yeah, that's it, man. We did it. We did a good job, and thanks for your help today.
You're welcome. I got extra.
Yeah, I know you have your own.
I have some stored for the winter. You got to bank against the hard times, people.
This is tough. What a tough show we have. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Lee, all your work you and your crew do, it's been incredible, and we're having a great time. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up in the following year.
We do.
Too.
It's very exciting.
It's going to get bigger and bigger. So thank you, and till our next culinary journey.
Enjoy the experience. No, you're supposed to say enjoy
all right, all right. We'll try it again.
All right.
Till our next culinary journey.
Luca Paris.
Enjoy the experience. Take care, folks.